sir.
I will explain this cloud thing once again. Okay. So one shot again. I will try to explain. Okay. If you see this one, this is a on-premises server kind of thing. Okay. So packaged software like that. So here, different cloud models are there. Infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, software as a service. So what is the difference between on-premises server to other things? Okay, that is a question, right? If you have your own data center or maybe you have your own server and you are maintaining on premises, so what you are maintaining, what you are managing, so network related things, okay, like a router, switches, firewalls, cables, storage related things like a SAN NAS storage thing you have to pay, have to manage. Okay, servers you have to buy a servers and you have to pay for operating systems, virtualization platforms like a hypervisors like a Hyper-V or vSphere things. Okay, and next virtual machine operating systems, their middleware softwares, runtime, data applications, everything we are maintaining in on-premises server. Like a traditional data center, what is the difference between traditional data center to cloud models? So you have to maintain all these things. It is a more cost effective. Understand? Okay. It is a more cost effective. Why? Because of you have to manage everything, you have to buy everything, and you have to buy licenses. Okay, and you have to protect it, the physical security, network security you have to provide, right? So it will increase the cost and administrative burden means administrative work or administrative burden on the organizational level. Okay, it is not suitable. I think it's a, middle level enterprises. Middle level enterprises. Okay. um, Next, infrastructure as a service. So, what is the advantage of cloud over this one? So, it will reduce the management related things, and it will provide a service based on the customer requirements and manageable capacities. Okay, and we can access the cloud from anywhere through general internet. So, we don't require specific things like a VPN connections. Okay, any secure connections within the building or within the floor, you should be there. Within the same network you should be there. That condition is not there. Anywhere you can able to access, anywhere you can able to monitor it. Okay. um, Different tools like you can monitor it, we can manage it, and it is a pay as you go type. Means as long as you require a cloud, we can use it later. If you don't require, you need to be there, so you can simply unsubscribe the cloud services. It's a subscription model. Cloud is like a subscription model type. You pay for now and you later you need to pay. Just for example, um, Office 365, like how many days you want to use it, you can use it. Or maybe like Amazon Prime videos, like a Prime videos is there, Amazon Prime videos, Netflix. Netflix you are paying every month. Like as long as you like it, you will pay for it. Right? I paid for a 199 rupees starting for mobile phone. Later I paid for a single screen type. Later I again increased 499 package I'm using currently. If in case if I have a friends or a family members who also want a Netflix, then I will increase it. So just a pay as you go. And after few days, like I feel I don't want to pay, then I will unsubscribe it. So that's a very simplest thing. So cloud public service models usually like as long as you want it, you can use it, utilize it. After that one, you can unsubscribe it. So that is very simple in a cloud computing, and there is no extra wrong billing or extra billing is won't be there. So entire billing is controlled by user only. How much they are using, based on that only they are getting uh, payment. Okay, it means they have to pay for a utilization only. Next, infrastructure as a service. There is a three models. Basic models are there. One is the infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, software as a service. So, what is infrastructure as a service? Again, you need to manage the networking, storage, servers, and virtualization platforms and on yourself. Only you will manage the virtual machine, their operating systems, and applications, data, and runtime things only. Okay, that is infrastructure. What is infrastructure as a service? If you need a virtual machine directly, we can talk like if you need a virtual machine and just go to the Azure or AWS or Google cloud platform or any other infrastructure as a service providers. So you'll go with the what virtual machine is there and what is the cost. Yeah, you can check the cost and based on hour wise, monthly, yearly based payment is there, and how much hardware your requirement. For example, you need a four CPUs, 8 GB RAM, 1 TB of hard disk space is required, and what operating system you require. You need to worry about download operating system images also. What operating system you required. They will give you options like Linux variants, Windows Server, um, like that. So you will give they will give you operating system options also. So just select it and OK. Then automatically virtual machine will be created in cloud platform. You can access that virtual machine from anywhere by using a remote desktop protocols, or maybe you can use telnet things. Okay, so someone came. Okay, so that is the advantage of infrastructure as a services. It means you need to worry about the managing your data center and all. So just we are managing only virtual machines as per our requirement. We pay for as per the given. Next is a platform as a services. In a platform as a services, you no need to worry about virtual machines also. Not only a data center maintenance and virtualization, server storage and all. You don't need to maintain what operating system and what are the middleware and connections and simply we'll access the application through internet and um, through internet, and we put the data and we'll access it. Okay, so only application, so we can access the applications and we manage the applications like what are the application things. Best example is Oracle DB, Azure SQL, AWS MySQL is there, Cassandra is there, not Cassandra, yeah, Cassandra I think so. Okay. DynamoDB, Microsoft, no, for NoSQL purposes. Okay, Aurora, AWS Aurora. Like these are applications directly. So we can take the application, manage the application, create a instance, databases, and put the data and access the data. Okay, so you are managing only application, not other things. Not other things means the dependent things you don't manage. That is a platform as a service. Software as a service, you need to maintain an application also. From networking to application, all the things will be managed by cloud service provider only. We are accessing an application and we use application, and that's it. So that is a platform as a service. The example for platform as a sorry, software as a service. So what is the example of software as a service is, so Office 365, Google Docs, this kind of stuff, remote terminals and all. There are so many other things also there, but you can easily say Office 365 is the best example for software as a service. Google Docs are there. If you see Google Docs, or maybe a lot of people understand Google Docs, Adobe Reader kind of stuff. So you don't need to install any application in your PC also. You can access that application using a web browser itself. Okay. Even Office 365, you can Office 365 have two options. So one is you can install into your PC, another one is you can access Office online, means you can access your application from anywhere also, like using your mobile phone or maybe using a laptop or desktop or a tablet, anywhere you can able to access by connecting internet. Okay. Hmm. So this is about your software as a service. Okay. Next, in a cloud, there is a two things are there. One is a public cloud and private cloud, hybrid cloud, and community cloud, right? So yesterday, where is yesterday's one? This is all about data center. Just read once about a data center. Okay, read once about data center. Main points, just read it. If you understand, just read once again. If you are not much able to get inside your mind, then no problem. Just go, keep going. That's it. Okay, so later you will understand. So what is data center facility? What is data center? What is data center facility? Okay, so what are the types? Just leave it like that. Okay, no problem. What is virtualization? Already I told. Okay, different data center components also are given. Just how much you will understand, try that once only. Okay. In a cloud, it is there with the public cloud, private cloud, hybrid cloud, and community cloud. What is a public cloud means? The cloud service provider give information, means the through website or anything, like anybody in the network internet, so they can able to access the public cloud. It is like a multi-tenant type. Public cloud is a multi-tenant, means multiple users can able to access the public cloud, like either it is a single user, individual user, or a organizational level, like a Savantis, Vedicsoft, or a Cognizant, or Tata, anything. Just they can able to, they need a cloud services for either it is infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, software as a service, so they can able to access. Like me, I can able to do it, you can able to do it, or anyone can able to do it in organization level or a individual level also. We can able to access the public cloud. Private cloud is for within organization. For example, my organization is maintaining a public private cloud. It is only for our organization and our organization clients related projects, for running a client related projects. So we are using a private cloud. We don't use a private cloud for anybody can able to access. That is not there, only for dedicated clients and internal users purposes only. It is a single tenant, means I am the vendor, I am the user. Private cloud means I am the vendor, I am the user. Public cloud, someone is a vendor, like a Microsoft or AWS or Google uh, platform, or that one. That is a vendor, I am a user. Understand? AWS is a vendor and I'm a user. Azure is a vendor, I'm a user in a public. In a private, I'm a vendor, I'm a user. Okay, so how I created a public? Sorry, how I created a private? It purely depends upon my organization. Either I use a Microsoft technology, or maybe I will use VMware technology, or maybe I will use a Citrix technology, maybe I will use IBM technology. Of course, IBM also providing both private and public um, things. Okay, so I didn't write anything here, but just note the point, like, okay. Hybrid cloud is a combination of public and private. For example, I have a private cloud, but I need a more infrastructure for my new project or something. Then I will buy some infrastructure. I will take some infrastructure from public, and I will combine my private and public, so then I can achieve my project goals. So that is called a hybrid, a combination of private and public. Community cloud, combination of different organizations, like I have given one example, that is IRCTC, TCS, and railway department. Railway is governmental department and TCS is a private sector. So different sectors are there, different organizations, so they are working together for one single purpose only, that is a railway reservation systems and railway information system also. So how railways reservations available, all other things. Okay, that is a community cloud. So combination of two things, like ONGC and Reliance, or maybe um, um, whatever we can say now. So it's okay. So different parts of cloud. Okay. Cloud also having a main two properties are there in a cloud. One is elasticity, another one is scalability. What is the scalability? Increase or decrease of uh, um, resource requirement based on the business needs. So if I got a new project or maybe heavy traffic on my application or maybe a server, so I can increase my capacity as per requirement. So and if I there's a very less load on my infrastructure, I will decrease it. So that is a scalability. What is elasticity? Automatically it increase their own capacity. So we no need to sit there and increase the capacity based on the demand increases. Elasticity automatically increase and decrease the resource allocation to the particular project or applications. Okay. um, that one. So best example is like Flipkart flash sales, mobile flash sales are a million days, big million days are there, right? Amazon big million days, or a new movie released in OTT platform, for example. New movies released OTT platform, what will happen? More people want to watch it, a new movie. New movie now, I didn't remember. Okay. They currently launching, so then what happened, lot of people try to watch in a first few days only, because in that time that it increases the traffic, so obviously the more processing is required, so I will decrease it. New notification is released by best example I will tell. Your 10th class result announcement in a internet only, like you have to go to internet center or through internet. So you have to type your hall ticket number, you will get a result, right? The 10th class result. The first day, the result is today is the 16th, right? So think like 17th morning, tomorrow morning 10 o'clock, a result is going to release. Exactly at 10 o'clock, everybody try to log in, because lakhs of people are writing examination in a statewide, right? So then what will happen? So more burden on a server. Obviously, you won't get a result. But if I put it in the same server in a cloud environment, so what will happen? If load increases, obviously the server processing thing will also require more, right? So what automatically elasticity means, it automatically increases. The first 2 days of result is more demand, and after 2 days the result is not important, because already people seen the result. So they're happy or sad, whatever it is, they don't check every day, right? Everybody don't check every day. At least few people check may later, but so all lakhs people, like for example 4 lakhs people written exam, 4 lakhs people won't log in every day, right? So that day only it will, that 2 days it automatically load, based on the load it will increase its resource capacity. After that one it will decrease its resource capacity, so because of very less usage on it. So that is elasticity. Okay, these are the two major properties of cloud computing. Okay, next, yeah, I told about OpenStack is a open source platform. You can directly type openstack.com or .org is there. Okay, so you can download OpenStack, and you have to specify what is your infrastructure, like what are the hypervisor machines are there, storage is there. Okay, so then you can able to use this OpenStack thing. It's a private cloud platform. Already told what is that platform means. You have a infrastructure, means you have your hypervisor servers and storage things. So you want to give access to the users to use your infrastructure through network. Okay, so then you can put your OpenStack platform to access that one, to access your infrastructure. Okay, you can give certain infrastructure to it. There is a lot of names are there in OpenStack, but don't worry, I would just we don't have a time to explain that. 10, almost 8 or 10 names are there, like what is the horizon means dashboard. Okay, compute means computational related things, compute is there. Nova, orchestration, um, for monitoring, some names are there. So glance is means image. Okay, so names are there. So already here I explained what is infrastructure as a service provided, public service providers. Microsoft is Azure is a infrastructure as a service purpose. Okay, and through Azure there are a lot of other things also there, both platform as a service and as well as infrastructure as a service. AWS mostly concentrate on infrastructure as a service as well as the platform as a service also. Google is there, and so many other things are there, including IBM is also providing, Citrix is providing, DigitalOcean is providing, Rackspace is providing, like lot of cloud service providers are there. Just understand what are cloud service provider and what they are giving. Platform as a services, Oracle is also giving. Oracle is also giving infrastructure as a service and as well as a platform as a services. So best example for a platform as a service is Oracle database engine database. So you can go to Oracle website. You will understand that there is a 12c, 8c is there, 18c. So that's a 18c or 19c is a new one. Okay, 12c having some issues. That's why they launched a new one. Okay, 19c I think so. 19c or 18c. Maybe 21c also going to release. We don't know. We have to check the website. I didn't check the website recently. Microsoft also providing through Azure SQL servers, through AWS. We are getting SQL Server, Oracle, and other things also. Okay. Software as a service is always best example is Office 365 and Google Docs. So, guys, this is it about your main part of cloud computing. So there is only two parts are there. That is what is AWS and Azure. Both the differences and advantages. Services from Azure, services from AWS is there. Um, that's it. Okay. I hope these are the main important questions. So very very important things. That's why it repeated almost. This is the third time or fourth time I remembered it. But almost I repeated. So again I repeat the questions. Listen carefully. What is cloud? What is a cloud? Actually, it is a service access through network. Like either it is infrastructure as a service or a platform as a service or a software as a service. We are accessing through internet. What is a cloud? Cloud is the service which is we are accessing through internet mainly. Okay, so the type of services are infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, or a software as a service. Otherwise, you can type in a Google what is a cloud computing. You can see it. Of course, storage. Lot of people say cloud means storage. Cloud does not mean storage. Google Drive is a cloud storage only, but it does not mean cloud means storage. Okay, and public cloud does not mean free. Public cloud is a pay-as-you-go type only. Only Google Drive and Google Docs kind of stuff is giving freely, and because of the earn something like you want to go to Google Cloud Platform and create a virtual machine. You cannot create a virtual machine freely. Okay, so you have to show your debit card to create a Gmail account. You are not no need to pay anything. You don't need to give your debit card or credit card details, right? But you want to go to Google Cloud Platform, compulsory you should show your Google. You can search it like you can put a Google. What is a Google Cloud Platform? Go to Google Cloud website. Definitely, it will show you how to log in, and it will show you create a account first, and second is show your credit card. You put your credit card, and it will verify your credit card. So that is a Google Cloud platform. Okay, nothing is free here. You must show something like a for free. They are giving some free resources, but still you have to show your credit card. They will cut your money like a 5 rupees or 10 rupees. They'll return. They will give you back that one. Just for verification only, they will cut your money. Okay, just for verification, $1 something they will cut it, and they will return that money. Once they get it, they will again pay back to you immediately within a 2 3 days. So only for verification. First of all, you can use free resources. Later you can if you like it, then you will go for it. Okay. Okay, understand, public does not mean free cloud. Public means we can access, anybody can able to access, like Gmail account you can create it, I can able to create it, right? So we don't need a organizational kind of stuff. Okay, so that's it about your main part of cloud computing. And of course, I said AWS and Azure thing. So AWS is a website, so you can see, go to AWS, go to AWS thing. So once you go to the website, and if you have any Amazon account is there already, you can log in with that account also. Otherwise, you can create a separate account for AWS, and you can learn free also. They go to the learn, then you can go to what is a cloud computing, like this. So what is a cloud computing? Cloud computing is on-demand delivery of IT resources over internet with a pay-as-you-go pricing. See, it is there. Okay. Instead of buying, owning, and maintaining physical data centers and servers, you can access technology services such as computing power, storage, and databases on as we need basis from the cloud providers like AWS. See, it's a pure form of definition is given. Simple definition is given. I'll paste directly in a thing. Okay, so who is using cloud computing? So everyone is using, industries, individual users, people who require a variety of servers, uses backups, disaster recovery, email, virtual desktops, software development, testing, data, big data analysis. Now the cloud is very useful here, because for big data analysis, first you needed data. The data is not in a gigabytes or terabytes or petabytes. It is in a zettabytes of data. So like zettabytes, petabytes. First is peta, zetta, so, terabytes. That much of very big data, petabytes of data at least, not even a terabytes. So huge data where you will store, you cannot store in your normal systems. So we can go move to the things and analysis. Analysis, if in case that much of data should be read and write, uh, generate a report, means you need a high power computational. So this is main usage. And machine learning, artificial intelligence, directly they are providing services. Customer facing web applications, like you are developing a web applications and you want to launch a website with your web applications kind of stuff, we can simply do with a AWS. um, Agility, there are other, elasticity is also giving what is elasticity, what cost saving means. Okay, deploy globally in minutes. Okay, what are the three types of cloud computing? Infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, software as a service. So you can read it. This is quite easy. See, you can learn directly from AWS. Okay, so guys, already I told, if you want to learn, there's a lot of there are a lot of things available in the network, like lot of websites will help you to make you learn. You need to pay a single rupee also. Okay, so even I have a learning account is there. So my default account only. How to read this one? Five, no, 5W733 small b. W is a capital B, capital or small? Okay. Your account with the sign in information does not exist. Try or create a new account. Okay. Mm, how come? Actually, no, it is going to some other account. No, no, so I have a learning account is there. Okay, so just I went to the learning part and I created account. Okay, like you can learn everything. What is cloud computing? What is global China gateway? Okay, AWS fundamentals, hands-on tutorials. Okay, so you need to pay to anyone, so you can learn about your full stack developer. What are the learning parts? Okay, build a basic application in 30 minutes. Okay, see, this is also providing this kind of stuff. Okay, so you can learn and enjoy with this one. But my point is the services related one. So I put a AWS uh, Edu Edureka. Okay, so okay, normally in YouTube you can find a free course that is around 50 minutes, something like that, like this. So 1 hour 14 minutes is there. Na? This is the actually there. Okay. This is a tutorial, like one by one they will explain what is a cloud computing, what is a SaaS PaaS kind of stuff. You can see directly. Okay, what is a compute, a database, network management tool, security. Like these are the services from the AWS. Okay.
Hey guys, this is Hemant from Edureka. Today in this session we'll be addressing what is AWS. So without wasting any more time, let's move on to today's agenda and see what AWS has in store for us. So we'll start off today's session by discussing.
Okay, so it's a share button. Nah, nothing. Just I need a link.
Discussing the different cloud players which are out there in the market, including AWS.
I'm sending
We'll
these
see why
links to you.
AWS is
So
the leader among them.
when you have a
Once you've established that AWS is the leader,
you can watch it. For same thing for Azure also. Azure also only fundamental point, only fundamental for beginners. Okay, AWS tutorial for beginners, Azure for tutorial beginners. It will give you some overall idea. So what I'm doing is I'm going to stop this video, take 2 minutes, relax, and I will continue again. Okay.